today I'll be taking a different spin on a classic bread pudding. The secret ingredient will be peaches. And to start off, we're going to go ahead and show you the ingredients. Right now, this is the milk, heavy whipping cream, and vanilla all mixed together. The proportions are 1 cup of milk plus 1/4 cup of heavy whipping cream plus 1 teaspoon of vanilla. And you can all add that together because it'll be mixed in together. And this is the 2 beaten eggs. And that's all for the plus the 2 cups of peaches. I used a can from the can. And my dry ingredients are 1½ cups of sugar and 1 teaspoon of cinnamon plus a ½ teaspoon of nutmeg, 2 tablespoons of butter. And right now there's only 2 cups of bread, French bread in the bowl because I wanted to show you directly how I cube my French bread. Okay, continue watching if you want to see my spin on peach bread pudding. Okay guys, the first step in making the peach bread pudding is to cube your French bread. Now I already have 2 cups of French bread already prepared in the bowl, as you already know. So I'm going to just cube the last cup. So basically what I do, I just slice a piece of bread from the French bread loaf, and I just, peel it off with my fingers. It's pretty easy. And you just make a whole cup, fill it up to the top, and get it all in there. And I'm using my hands. I don't need any gloves because everything's going to be cooked. So don't worry, I'm not contaminating anything. So now we're going to pour this in the bowl to make our 3 cups. And the next step is to pour the peaches in also. We're going to stir that up a little bit. So we can get them evenly incorporated in there. And we're going to let that sit for a minute. And now we're going to mix the liquid ingredients of the milk, heavy whipping cream, and vanilla with the sugar. So let's go ahead and put that sugar in here. And add the milk, heavy whipping cream, and vanilla. Smells so good. So I'm going ahead and stirring that up, just getting it to one consistency where it's thorough throughout. It smells so good. And now, since it's all, incorporated, I'm going to pour that over the peaches and the bread mixture. And I'm not going to stir it up because it needs to kind of sit to absorb the vanilla and the sugar flavor. So I'm going to let that sit for 5 minutes and we'll be right back. Okay, thanks. Welcome back to the secret ingredient. Right now, I just finished letting my peach and bread with milk, sugar, heavy whipping cream, and vanilla sit for 5 minutes. And now I'm about to add the rest of the ingredients, which are the beaten eggs, the nutmeg and cinnamon, and the butter, of course. So now let's go ahead and do that. And we're just going to mix it up very lightly. We don't want to make it too tough because it'll be harder to cook. So we just want to mix it a little bit lightly before we put the rest of the ingredients in there. So first, we want to definitely add the cinnamon and nutmeg first so we can see if we need to add any more or just to taste to see if it's your liking. And I added ½ a teaspoon of nutmeg and a full teaspoon of cinnamon. We're just going to lightly mix that in there. And it's, it's very brown right now, but when it is fully mixed, it'll be like a light brown. It smells so delicious in here. Okay, let's see. What is it tasting like? Tastes perfect. So right now I think we're finished, and I think the teaspoon and the half teaspoon was enough for the cinnamon and nutmeg. So I'm just gonna add my eggs, and they're already beaten. It's 2 eggs. We're going to go ahead and pour that in there. Get that all in there. And I'm just using the spatula because it's easier to get all the ingredients incorporated quickly. And just a tip, you guys, the best thing to do while you're cooking is to always have your area clean. Always clean it with a disinfectant so you won't have any germs lurking while you're cooking. So right now I'm just getting it all to one mixture. It looks so yummy. It's going to be so good, guys. And this recipe is perfect for any time. It seems more like a fall recipe because it has the nutmeg and cinnamon in it, but you can use it for any time. It'll be delicious, I promise. And now I'm just going to add the 2 tablespoons butter to give it a little brown on the top of it when it's cooking, and also give it a nice buttery flavor. And now you're just going to kind of spoon that in there because it's kind of thick, and just mix it. It's softened butter, so it's easier to mix. Okay, now guys, I'm going to go ahead and use an ice cream scoop, any kind you want. You can use a spoon, but I'm going to use an ice cream scoop because they're going to be kind of like circular bread puddings, so they'll be prettier and more easier to take out of the pan. Right now I'm just going to finish getting this stirred up. Oh my gosh, I wish I could just eat this right now. It smells so good. Okay, we'll be right back after we pour this in the baking pans and get it in the oven. Hey guys, I'm back making the peach bread pudding with our secret ingredient. You know, it's peaches and some spices to liven it up a little bit. And right now, I'm just pouring it into the pan, you know, in a little cupcake pan. So it'll be easy and pretty, you know, nice and pretty for any occasion. I'm just pouring it in there like so, just getting it enough to fill the whole cup, because it's going to spring up a little bit when you bake it, so you don't want to add too much. So I'm going to cook this for about 40 to 50 minutes on 350, and then after that we'll be right back to show you the decorated plate. Thank you. I'm just coming back to show you how I plated up the peach bread pudding. And this is how it looks on the plate. It's very tiny, very like a mini dessert for any. So right now I'm just going to show you how I plated it up. Well, I didn't make this on the show, but I made, before last week, I made a cream cheese icing. And all it calls for is cream cheese, maybe like 1/4 of the pack, a cup powdered sugar, 1/4 cup of milk, and vanilla. And you just add the milk gradually and the powdered sugar gradually until it becomes like an icing consistency. And that's pretty much it. That's all I used. And now I'm just going to try and make it look a little pretty. You know, just plate it up a little. Then I'm just going to swirl it on there a little bit. And there you have it. That's the finished product of the peach bread pudding. I hope you guys enjoy. Keep watching for more secret ingredients. Thanks. Bye.